This is Amy, and in this video I want to show you some tips and strategies for using the passive publishing system software. The first thing I want to say is to make sure you read the overview and training guide that comes with the system, and that goes into why you want to publish to these two platforms and how to actually publish to these platforms, in addition to getting your content more visibility as well. So make sure you take a look at that. And I also want to just give you a few tips now for all types of content, both nonfiction, fiction, children's. You can use this for all kinds. The first one I want to focus on more is for nonfiction. And one of the things that you can do here is you can have the PPS system software discover keywords. And what it's going to do is it's going to be pulling the popular keywords from Google and Amazon suggest search. So what people are often typing in. However, if you want to really dig down a little bit more into keyword and niche research, what you can do is you can actually select keywords based more on search volume. Now, that may be varying depending on the topic because the search volume is really based on Google's average search volume. And sometimes what people are putting into the search engine is a little different than what they might be wanting to type into Amazon as far as looking for content to actually read. You'll want to make sure and select keywords that are tailored more toward content when you are using the search volume. But what you can do is find keywords based on popular search volume or high search volume first, medium to high search volume, and then put those keywords into the software. And that way you're not wasting time on keywords that perhaps very few people are interested in. So to make this work, what you need to do is you need to have a Google AdWords account. It's free. You go to adwords.google.com. And then you just go up here to Tools and you go to Keyword Planner. And then what you're going to be doing is you're going to be entering in, basically, use this Find New Keywords. You're going to be entering in your niche or your topic. So let's say, for example, your topic is dog training. So you might put in dog training. And then here you can also do target. This is the targeting I normally have. Average monthly searches. We then get ideas. And then this is for advertising, but I click on this for keyword ideas. And then what I'm going to do here is I normally just click on that and then it'll sort it. There we go. So I want them to be high to low. And we can see here some different ones. And then what you can do is you can just select the ones you like and then download them. They'll add to your plan, how to train a puppy, how to potty train a dog. The ones that are how-to are great. That's great for content. And I do talk a little bit more detail on the types of keywords you want for these types of searches. Tips, how-to. Those are all really great types of keywords. Things like this, dog training collar, that could be okay, but that really is more for a physical product. And we want to focus a little bit more on keywords that will actually be used for people wanting to buy a book or something like that. Once we have our keywords here, we can go ahead and download them or copy to clipboard, I think, if you're only doing a few, because we know that these have a decent amount of search volume. So we copy these, and then we can head over here and go ahead and then manually enter keywords. Put our keywords in here, and then find out how competitive they are on the iBookstore and on Script. So this is a way you can just make sure you're focusing on more popular topics if that's really what you want to do when you're publishing your content. And I really think for a lot of nonfiction content topics that really makes sense. The only thing is you really just want to make sure you're getting things that are dealing more with books and training as opposed to physical products. We can see here that these two have very little competition in both Scribd and the iBookstore, and they were popular keywords that had 3,000 to 6,000 searches a month. So that's a way you can do nonfiction niche research and make sure you get good keywords. And then of course what you would do is you would then want to implement these keywords into your title, subtitle, keywords, and description when you actually publish your book. I want to talk a little bit more now about doing research for fiction and children's, because with fiction and children's, it's not quite so keyword driven. You are looking more at top popular types of reading categories. And what I suggest is you go to Amazon, you can go look at bestsellers, or you can go into the ebooks and then look through the categories. This is blogs, actually. I don't want blogs. So if you go to Kindle eBooks, it'll show you the different categories, and then you can really get down to your categories in terms of what your book might be in. Let's say, for example, you have a romantic suspense type of book, and you either found it here, or I'm just looking here at the bestsellers. This book looks like it might be like that. So you would click on this, and I like using the bestsellers as well because we know those books are popular and already selling. And if you scroll down here, you can see that we have the really narrow categories here. What I might do then is do a little bit of research and take something like one of these three, and then combine them, like mystery, thriller, suspense. So I would probably maybe do something like psychological thriller, psychological mystery. I would choose something like suspense or psychological and then combine it with mystery. And then what I would do is I would go up into here and type that in as a reading category, but we're using it as a keyword. So psychological thriller, for example, because I know that's very targeted. People would be putting that in as the type of fiction that they want to read. I probably actually just do that part in the manually enter the keywords because I'm really wanting to focus on that. And then what I would do is I would make sure that I have psychological thriller in my title or subtitle, probably in your subtitle. So you could have something like Into the Night, a psychological thriller. And so by having it in your title there as part of the subtitle, what's going to happen is when people type in psychological thriller into the search engine, they're going to be pulling up your book and seeing your book there. And we can see here that, again, there's not a lot of competition. So if you want to go after that keyword and make sure you implement it into your fiction or nonfiction, or primarily actually in your fiction, then this is what you would do. And this works pretty much for any type of fiction or children's or things that aren't really so keyword driven. You can use this technique, and then just what you're basically doing in a nutshell is you're taking a category and you're using Amazon for that, which I think is going to give you the best categories and seeing where popular books are living, and then you're using those categories as keywords. We could also do mystery and suspense. The more general you go, the more competition there's going to be, of course, but it will give you a good idea of how you can actually position your fiction book or your children's book.